2.5 months ago, a gunman opened fire on the 4th of July parade in Highland Park, killing 7 people and injuring dozens more.
Yeah, the reaction to that mass shooting was quick, and a group of moms, angry over yet another deadly shooting, decided they had had enough. They formed the nonprofit March 4th and have rallied and marched, calling for a federal ban on assault weapons. Kitty Brantner is the founder of March 4th. She's joining us now to tell us a little bit more about the march in Washington this week. Welcome. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you guys for having me.
Okay, I want to start with, this idea that this will make a difference, right? I feel like we have been here before where there have been rallies and marches and groups going to D.C. and nothing ever happens. What makes this particular group and this march different?
I don't know what's different about us, but what I can tell you is we had over 500 people show up within a week to our first march and rally. And 2 weeks later, the House passed a federal ban on assault weapons bill, something they haven't done for 3 decades. So what we're doing does matter. Our voices matter, and they're being heard.
And a sad statement on America these days is it's not just Highland Park, and your group is working and will be working in Washington later this week with people from communities that have also suffered from mass shootings.
Yes, the list is way too long. We keep saying it's time to end the list. Right out the gate, we were united with Highland Park as well as Uvalde. And since then, we've been activating members across the country to come to DC. So we will have 10 speakers representing 10 different mass shooting communities, all coming together for the first time to say, we all stand united. The Senate needs to listen.
Okay, and so the idea is to do what we did back in 1994 to call for a federal ban on assault weapons. Explain to folks what you're hoping to do and hoping to accomplish. The end goal is what?
Sure, the end goal is a federal ban on assault weapons.
The same.
And so we've done it before, we can do it again. And the House has passed it, and I went back to my political class to figure this out, but the House has passed it, the Senate is up, and Biden has said he will sign it. So the only thing that stands in the way of a ban for America is the Senate.
And one of the things, in addition to rallying in Washington, you've scheduled meetings with senators, and it's not just Democrats you're meeting with.
No, it's Democrats, Republicans. We fundamentally believe this is not a political issue. That's why we created this organization as a nonpartisan organization. It's a safe space, regardless of what you believe. You can want to believe in the Second Amendment and guns, and believe that weapons of war don't belong to civilians.
Yeah, but it has become a political issue. So how do you change that dynamic and that thinking when you go to Washington and you sit down with, let's say, Republican senators to talk to them about this bill?
I think ultimately, while it's very political in D.C., it's really not to most Americans. And most Americans do want this ban. So I think it's about continuing to amplify voices across the country.
Polls show Americans do support some level of gun control, but the reality is, I think we've seen, is that mainly Republican senators are the ones who will be standing in the way of this for their own reasons. And among them is they can point to, hey, Highland Park had an assault weapons ban. Illinois, the state of Illinois, despite all of the talk, actually doesn't have an assault weapons ban. What do you say to those who say, well, just enforce the existing laws we have?
It has to be a federal ban. If it is county by county or if it's state by state, people will simply cross state lines. And we are a country who is suffering from a mass shooting epidemic. We are alone in that in this world. And so it's time to start looking at ourselves in the mirror and saying, why? Let's take this first step and just see if it works. Let's just try something.
All right, we've got about 15 seconds left. Logistically, what do you want people to know at home if they want to be a part of this?
Yes, please visit our website. So I don't know where to look. WeMarch4th.org. I'd also encourage you to take a peek at a PSA that Quality Meets Creative put together pro bono that really just talks to the absurdity of living in this world that we're living in right now.
Yeah, it's getting a lot of attention. Okay.
Well, Kitty, the fact that you said, oh, I don't know where to look, and you told us earlier this is your first in-studio TV interview, it does show the grassroots nature of your organization that did come together after Highland Park, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
And
Thank
we
you
don't
for
know
having
where to
me.
look sometimes either. So don't worry.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you for having me.
Thank you.